You are now locked in to KRXOVR Media.
Coming around with their bad energy. Fuck off, man. Leave me alone. 2023, blood. Trust me. Yo! Bah! 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 Yo! I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Yo! Look, I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Please don't ruin my energy. I heard it, why you keep telling me? I gotta protect my energy.
Delays
Can't rap about beef
cool.
with the streets. Say they rap about on the back of the back. Beverly jumped off swinging my chopper. Enemy, I'm on the verge of purge, especially when they keep testing me. Gotta protect my energy. My friends ain't there mentally. Don't ask me questions respectfully.
Why he bet that the Chief Reese flipping self ad-lib moment?
On the back of the back, Beverly jumped off swinging my chopper. Enemy, I'm on the verge of purge, especially when they keep testing me. Gotta protect my energy. My friends ain't there mentally. Don't ask me questions respectfully. Cause I want answer sensibly. I just wanna murder senselessly. On heavily, shoots in secondary, do it professionally. Kill confirm, don't message me. You wanna see these results, keep testing me. I gotta protect my energy. Chief of the streets, sesame. She wanna swallow my seed and have sex with me. He got shot in his way.
I'm giving Digga so much credit in my head, but you could still kind of hear that he's growing up, he's maturing, bit by bit. Just the fact that he chose this kind of sound in and of itself is an indication of how much he's growing. One, as an artist, but two, also as an individual. I felt the song is a little bit of an identity crisis. Like, I don't really know what this song is about. The hook is about one thing, then he's saying one set of things here in this part of the verse, one set of things here in that part of the verse. I don't really understand what the song is about, but I do appreciate what it is sonically and what this feels like it's a representation of where Digga is in his life and his career as well.
Professionally, kill confirm, don't message me. You wanna see these results, keep testing me. I gotta protect my energy. Chief of the streets, sesame. She wanna swallow my seed and have sex with me. He got shot in his way. Now he can't breathe like he had a vasectomy. I gotta protect my energy.
You know, Digga exists in this really weird place in my mind in terms of like how I categorize and rank UK artists. He's in like what I would probably say like the A- tier of rappers, where like his aura and his persona is what really pushes him so much farther. He does have insanely good moments lyrically, but he also has moments where I'm just like, I mean, like my boy Frank, we kind of had this thing where we feel like Digga doesn't really do the best when it comes to hooks. He either does really, really well with his hooks, or he misses really, really badly with his hooks. This is one of those that I'm just like, because of how much of an identity crisis the song has, I feel whatever about the hook. But the thing about Digga is that he is one of the most quotable. If we're talking about quotable rappers, he's probably like A tier, maybe A+ tier when it comes to the UK.
He got shot in his way. Now he can't breathe like he had a vasectomy. I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy.
Breathe.
Please don't ruin my energy. I heard it, why you keep telling me? I gotta protect my energy. Can't rap about beef with the streets. Say they rap about. I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Please don't ruin my energy. I heard it, why you keep telling me? I gotta protect my energy.
But I still do appreciate the visuals. I feel like the visuals also help kind of add a little more value to the song. And that also goes to show the value of visuals in general. Look at this compared to like his No Diet video and like videos before that, where he was at that point in his life. So to be able to see what he does on a regular day-to-day, he's at the UFC and then seeing him interact with the fans. I think that Digga has a ways to go in terms of his development, but that's also why I'm so excited for him as an artist. He's given us so many different versions of himself in his music. So looking at how he continues to give us these little inklings of his growth, it makes you really want to hear and see what he's going to do later on, his later 20s and his 30s. I don't think he's going to necessarily run out of too much steam because he puts out so much of his personality and so much of his life. We get these little tidbits of the way that his perspective on the world and on life is changing. It's also giving us a little bit of a glimpse into the future in terms of what we can expect from him musically too.
Can't rap about beef with the streets. Yo, say they rap about. Look, still think about Driller, cause that was my nigga, and all of us warring as brothers. I got a strong influence on others, they're saying I brought back colours. When I look back, all of us stressed our mothers in prison for 5 whole summers. Mum ain't dumb, she's clued up, know what my crew does when we go stepping with cutters. Who knows if God still fucks with me, all of the fuckery, some of it troubles me. All of the things that I'm going through currently currently, I just need someone to show love and cuddle me.
See what I'm saying? Like, with No Diet, Digga would flipping next up, Digga be talking about his relationship with his mother and like how he feels about what's going on the roads. Like, maybe not. I will also admit the fact that I haven't necessarily fully dived into his full portfolio of music to really be able to have a strong understanding of these different categories of music and topic matters that he's covered before. Nonetheless, just the fact that you could see he's showing you he's a lot more removed from the street visually, just in terms of the way he puts himself together and all that. He cannot sit back and talk about, yeah, you know, my mom knows what I'm doing when I step. That's the kind of things that I like to hear in an artist's growth. I think what Digga has done very well, and what a lot of UK rappers and even rappers in general tend to struggle with, is that he hasn't built a brand around a corner of his persona. He is the brand. So whatever he drops, he has a fan base that's invested in Digga D. They're not invested in the next up No Diet Digga D. They're invested in the fact that he had that phase and he was so iconic in that phase. Then he has the whole situation with the jail and how he had to change his sound and how he delivers his music. People are following Digga D in his music to follow Digga D specifically. I think why a lot of other artists tend to fall off is because once you continue just to give one particular subject and that becomes your brand, they're gonna look for whoever's the next newest, hottest artist who's doing it a little bit better or a little bit differently and a little bit more of a fresh way. Digga D continues to evolve, and that's why everything he drops does so well.
She's clued up, know what my crew does when we go stepping with cutters. Who knows if God still fucks with me? All of the fuckery, some of it troubles me. All of the things that I'm going through currently, I just need someone to show love and cuddle me. Dead or in jail, man, been there 6 times. I'm trying to avoid the other one. I bought another gun, dodging a Babylon. I know I'm troublesome, I'm for another one. I gotta protect my energy.
In the production.
Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Please don't ruin my energy.
And something I have to give Digga D credit for is that as somebody who doesn't necessarily give me the vibes of a person who's like formally trained in music and the technicality of music, he's still a very technically sound rapper. He has continued to evolve his flows. He has those wordplay moments. He actually still pushes himself to do new things with his flows and with his deliveries. He still allows us, again, to feel like he is maturing and developing with this whole journey that he's going through. I feel like the song is going through an identity crisis, but that's also probably an indication of who Digga is right now. He's this person who's existing on kind of like this weird axis of, all right, cool, I'm coming from this experience and I'm stepping away from it. I'm stepping more towards this particular life. He now has the opportunity to talk about and reflect on his relationship with God and all these other things that he probably didn't have as much of an opportunity either to think about or to really sit with, or he probably didn't really care as much to be able to put it out in his music. So it may be fair to say that the reason why this song has such an identity crisis is because Digga D himself has an identity crisis at the moment. Maybe I'm reaching, but that's just what I think.
I heard it, why you keep telling me? I gotta protect my energy. Can't rap about beef with the streets, say they rap about. I gotta protect my energy. Too much jealousy, I see a friend turn enemy. Please don't ruin my energy. I heard it, why you keep telling me? I gotta protect my energy. Can't rap about beef with the streets, say they rap about.
This beat is cold. And I'm loving the fact that more UK rappers are jumping on productions like this and stepping away from this regular drill. Beat is very, very cold. This is one of those songs that I think is a very strong inclination of what we can expect from Digga in the future. We can expect to hear him dabbling in other sounds that allow him to express pieces of his thought process that we probably don't normally get just out of drill or just out of rap beats or whatever. So I really like to hear when artists experiment because we now get to feel a whole other dimension of their world. I think that I have kind of conflicting feelings about the song as a song. I think that it has good moments, but nothing about it really stands out in its totality. The beat is really good, his flow switches were really good, but they're all still very standard Digga D. I love the switch ups in the beat, I love the more subtle softness to the beat. I do think that what he chose to rap about at some points in time kind of clashed with the beat a little bit, but again, the chaos in the lyrics probably reflects the chaos that's actually going on in his head. So I can respect it for that if I do want to kind of take a more deep analytical kind of perspective on the song. This is one of those songs that I feel like I could play for people out here or people who just don't know Digga D in general. Even in watching the video, you get a feel for how creative he is and how his vision really aligns with the songs that he puts together and all of these things. So I think this is a good snapshot of who Digga D is. I also don't think that it necessarily exemplifies any one particular part of what makes him such a good artist either. So that's just what I think. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below, and as always, hang tight for some more reactions. Do go more this coffee, but until next time, peace.